to do away with the Constitution. Some of you may have read the piece, but you don't know the implications. I said this to them before, and at the risk of sounding controversial. The Hausa Fulani people, they're like the countries you have in the Middle East. They don't understand the meaning of democracy or secular governance. They don't understand it. Not now. They can never be democrats. Never, ever, ever. Not now, not tomorrow, not ever. Against this very background, I present to you this very evening a program of truth and liberation. My only regret is that a majority of my Yoruba brothers don't want to be free. They prefer to remain under Fulani bondage as long as they have access to proceeds of crude oil and monthly allocation from Abuja. As long as Lagos remains the only viable seaport, as long as Igbo businesses in Lagos, as long as Biafran workers all over the place continue to pay their taxes and develop Yoruba land while Biafra land remains a wasteland, not worthy of development, things will continue the way they are. You know, sometimes it reminds me of what Malcolm X said. You have to be very careful introducing the truth to a black man who has never previously heard the truth about himself. Because a black brother is so brainwashed that he may reject the truth when he first hears it. You have to drop a little bit on him at a time and wait for a while to let that sink in before advancing to the next stage. And as you know, slaves will always kick against their freedom. They see their chains, some say, as some kind of shiny accessory, shiny gold, some kind of something to be very proud of. It gives us a little bit of context this evening as to what we are about to do. I want Nigerians in general to bow their heads anytime they see any IPOB family member, because tonight we are the people saving them from their own ignorance. I am going to encapsulate in a very few sentences what transpired between Jibril Buhari, Femi Adesina, Nigerians, Biafrans, and very keen observers of the dark arts of politics in Africa. I am going to be very concise and methodical in my approach to enable those who may have a bit of comprehension issues to appreciate where we are going and how we are going to get there. In a very short and simple sentence, Jibril is from Sudan, the imposter answering to Buhari. He did not attend the Paris summit. Femi Adesina lied because he, like many of us, know that Buhari, the Buhari they claim they are sending to Paris, is a fake. They know President Trump will not want to see him, because they know that my broadcasts have woken up a lot of people all over the world. Intelligence agencies were waiting, so he could not afford to appear in public with world leaders. Instead, they chose to hide Jibril, because like I told you, in July of 2017, that thing in Asorock is an imposter from Sudan. He is not a Nigerian, he is not from West Africa, he is not Fulani, Hausa or Yoruba Muslim. He is an outsider. He is not even registered to vote, but some of you are planning to go and vote for him next year. His name is not on the INEC register, but you want to go and vote for him next year. That shows how stupid some of you are. Unbelievably stupid. No wonder Black Africa is very poor and backwards. Useless to the core, you cannot reason very well. Why did Femi Adesina lie that Jibril was going to Paris when they know very well that he could not possibly? There is no way he would have shown his face in the public, because Britain is protecting the fraudulent, corrupt zoo called Nigeria. I am in the Holy Land of Israel. I shall convincingly establish beyond a reasonable doubt that the Nigerian President Muhammadu Buhari, Jibril I will call him, was nowhere to be found at the just concluded World War Commemoration Summit in Paris. It's called Armistice Day. Armistice Day, not a peace conference. It was the commemoration of Armistice Day. The reason why they said he was going for a peace forum is because they want to divert your mind and your attention away from the festivities at Arc de Triomphe. Because you will go and be looking. If you watch on the television, you will see Armistice Day commemoration. You will not see Peace Summit. Understand? They called it a Peace Summit because they know that Peace Summit will take place inside the building. Had they said commemoration, people will know that when you want to commemorate people, is it not done outside? Outside is commemoration. So they never said Armistice Day, end of World War I commemoration. They said Peace Forum. Now you understand. That was why Femi Adesina started releasing photoshopped pictures of Jubril when President Macron was outside still speaking at the base of the Arc de Triomphe, an outside open-air event. They were busy photoshopping pictures of Buhari's Commonwealth gathering in London in April, as reported by a Hausa website. Understand this very clearly. They used the same dress that Jubril wore in April to Commonwealth Summit in London. They used the pictures to start photoshopping themselves into a gathering they were not a part of. The main event was taking place outside. Did you see how Chukwabem was exposing them? So Femi Adesina thought we are all very stupid. We were watching CNN, watching Al Jazeera, watching everything happen live on the television. And we saw pictures flooding in, saying President Buhari addressing world leaders at the Peace Forum. There was no Jubril on the television. There was no Peace Forum going on inside. Then we knew, as usual, as I told you, that they are lying. And some of you bought it. Because anyway, the education system in this is not working. It has collapsed. So when you're being lied to, there is no way you can know. Only when you come to Radio Biafra, the best university in the world, by none. And by the way, I gave a lecture at Tel Aviv University just a few days ago. And many more will come. Many more will come. There was no Jubril, or the alter ego of Buhari, that very unrepentant criminal. We must remember that this very Jubril had on Friday the 9th followed the deadline very well, or so it is the deadline, on the 9th, Abali Togolu. 9th of November 2018, they said he was jetting out of the country. Femi Adesina announced it, that your president, Kendisu, is jetting out of the country to travel to Paris for a summit. Is that what he said? I think that's what Adesina said. There's nothing wrong with that. Some of you will say, I said, okay, no problem. But I knew, and I told you last week, he will not attend, because the world is waiting to expose him. And let me tell you why the world hasn't risen up. Do you know why? They say if you expose Jubril, if we come now and say to Nigerians that this man is an imposter, there will be civil unrest and uprising. And there'll be too much chaos and people will die. And that they don't have the soldiers to bring down to the zoo as peacekeepers. That is what's stopping them. That was why Trump said, I don't want to see him again. All you people in Africa, behaving and thinking like animals, go and deal with your problem because you're all fools. If you cannot see that this man is lifeless, I can, and I will say it. Now, are you following me? Is this sinking in? My goodness me. We must recall and not fail to understand that on Friday the 9th, Femi Adesina told us that he was traveling to France to attend the Global Summit, which had in attendance over 60 world leaders. My goodness me. Nigerians were watching as they claimed this fake Sudanese man was boarding the aircraft. They said he was on his way to Paris. He waved at some of you. But surprise, surprise, nobody saw him land in Paris. Did anybody see him land? And now you'll be asking me, has it ever happened before? Have they shown him before landing anywhere? Oh, for goodness sake. He attended the United Nations, the real Buhari, before he died. Visited United Nations. He attended the General Assembly in 2016. And he landed. People were asking him, but where is Aisha? Because, of course, we know that Aisha was caught up in a bribery scandal with Ali Button. Some of you do not know, but we know. Aisha Buhari was caught up in a scandal, Ali Button bribery scandal. If she were to go to the United States of America, she will be arrested. Everybody knows that. They paid the Sahara reporters. Sharia reporters, I call them. If you can remember, some of you can remember 2016. With fake pictures of Aisha Buhari landing somewhere in Djibouti or is it in Mogadishu. They claim it's the USA. I tell them, rubbish. I've been to New York many times. This is not JFK in New York. She didn't go there. Even those that claim they want to run for the presidency, you know, Sahara Reporters owner, sure, whatever they call him, that liar and cheat. He was the one publishing fake photos of Aisha Buhari, claiming it is New York, when it is not, because Aisha Buhari, till this very evening in the zoo called Nigeria, she cannot travel to the US. She'll be arrested. She was involved in a fraud, Halliburton bribery scandal. Some of you should do some research, please. Maybe we should be charging them money to be listening to this lecture. Only for Nukwego. My goodness me. We must proceed. So Buhari in the past had a televised landing. There was another televised landing in Germany. If some of you can recall, all this is on YouTube. The real Buhari went to Germany. Reminds me of a story that my friend told me, that the father of his friend traveled to Schiphol Airport in Amsterdam, and upon arriving and disembarking from the aircraft, the old man went into the terminal building and saw white people. And he said, in the he thought he was looking at angels from heaven. The same thing happened to Buhari, the real Buhari before he died. Ask Angela Merkel, the German Chancellor. Go and check it up in YouTube. Buhari left the aircraft, saw a very finely arrayed military parade, a reception for him. Even the German soldiers, well drilled and disciplined. If you see them, you become frightened. I don't blame him. And he didn't want to come down. Angela Merkel asked him to come down. There is no problem, that he's safe. He thought it was an military coup in Germany. They told him there's no coup here in Germany. This is just an ordinary red carpet reception for you. Because we have interest in the zoo. So we have to, diplomatic niceties dictates that we must be very friendly and extend to you the very finest courtesy that the Germans could afford. He came down from the aircraft and inspected the guard, but he could not hold it. As he got to the end, he turned around and he bowed in front of the soldiers. So Buhari have had many televised landings abroad, but there was none in Paris because it is not Buhari. The real Buhari is dead. He bowed to the soldiers in total Alamajri submission, as they do it in the north. This time around in Paris, there was no footage to show. The global event was televised live and released by various international media platforms. Everybody saw it. But none of the videos from Al Jazeera to CNN to everybody, not even their useless NTA, was able to capture or to show Jubril speaking at the summit. All we saw were doctored pictures being churned out by Femi Adesina, the assistant media and publicity aide to the president. I don't know where Femi Adesina did his NYSC. Maybe at Oluwole, International School of Forgery and Fraud. You know, Oluwole is in Lagos, near Tinubu Square, where they forge, maybe that where they did Buhari certificate as well, who knows. Femi Adesina has become an accessory to forgery and to fraud. And they say he's a pastor in a church. He's a pastor in a church. And some of you go to that church because you're ignorant and because you're foolish. If you're sensible, any church attended by Yosibajo and Femi Adesina, no right-thinking person should go there to worship. Because they are evil. I'm telling you the truth. Not that they're not good people. I'm sure Yosibajo is a nice man. But he's a liar. For covering a lie and a fraud, he's a liar. And now they're chasing him for fraud. He's a pastor. And they're chasing him for fraud. Can you believe that? Femi Adesina is at the heart of this forgery. I'm sure he's reporting to HARE. They said that Buhari was identifiably present at the summit and even went ahead to release outdated fake pictures. Now tell me, why will they release fake pictures if Buhari was there as they claimed? Why no video? Only fake pictures. Only fake pictures. The man all of you ignorantly call Buhari, which I told you as far back as July. I told you in July of 2017 that Buhari was dead, that the man you're looking at is Jubril, and that he could not participate in the event primarily due to his refusal to adopt the dress code rather. You know, everyone was in suit now. Perhaps with the exception, the Moroccan king had a trench coat over whatever he was wearing underneath. We obtained information that several world intelligence agencies, including the US, were preparing to make sure that Jubril was disgraced. That the impostor was disgraced. It was really the plan of Aminu Jubril al-Sudani and the cabal to have him attend the summit, which crashed in their faces as he could not summon enough courage. He got to Paris, he started shaking. He told me, I cannot do this. They asked him to go, he said he cannot go anywhere. He ran away. He didn't attend anything. Even Vanguard, I respect, Vanguard newspaper. As I'm saying this, please, IPOB be releasing all the pictures. The one where a whole Vanguard newspaper published a fake picture saying it is Buhari going to address people, only showing his back. Unbelievable. Sometimes you love them, sometimes you hate them. But journalists should do the right thing. It was your fellow journalist that set a world record. It was Woodward of Washington Post that made sure that Nixon was impeached, and rightfully so, for lying to the American people. Why can't journalists forget 5,000 in a brown envelope and write the truth and have their name written in gold forever and ever? As Dele Giwa did. As Dele Giwa did. They had him attend the summit, but he chickened out, he could not do it. He was frightened, he was scared, he ran away. They took him in front of other people. They said they were French. They said Nigerian, French, whatever. They're having a meeting, a town hall meeting, that nobody was allowed to bring in his or her phone into. They said Jubril went to an attentive conference. In that very conference, nobody was allowed to photograph him. Nobody was allowed to ask him any questions. Some of the people that attended said, no, this man we are looking at is not Buhari. They felt disappointed and they left. And do you know the worst part of it all? The man they claim is Buhari, which is actually Jubril, could not recognize those that came with him. Even his own minister for diaspora affairs, he couldn't recognize her. That's how terrible things are in the zoo. before the commencement of this bizarre event, those people that came, they were searched thoroughly. So the question that we're asking this very evening is this: who is presiding over the leadership of Nigeria in Asorock? Why can't, I just want to know, why can't Nigerians demand to know where Jubril attended his own summit? Where is the video of the summit he went to? It's a world summit with world leaders in attendance. There is video everywhere. I want somebody to go and bring one single video and show us where Jubril was in Paris, or Buhari, if you choose to call him that. Because Buhari is dead. The person they brought to replace him was scared and frightened. He couldn't go out to meet world leaders. That is why there are no pictures of Buhari shaking the hands of any of the world leaders. We saw the one for George Weah. We saw it. We saw, is it Kagame? What's it called? Was it Paul Kagame of Rwanda? We saw other people where they met world leaders. Please, Jubril, Femi Adesina, Abba Kyari, Awusa Fulani Kabal, show us the one single picture of Buhari you claim went to Paris, shaking the hand of one other world leader. Please show us. There's none. Maybe they're forging it tonight. Tomorrow, Femi Adesina will tweet it and pay some journalists to be writing junk. And they will accept money and be writing rubbish. But their reward is in hell, I assure them. Why is it that Nigerians tonight cannot demand the immediate arrest and questioning of Femi Adesina for engineering the fraud and deceit through social media? But again, what do we expect from a very hopeless, damnable zoological republic called Nigeria, where even their youth, so-called youths, are more brain dead than the late Buhari himself? Brain dead. There is nothing in their brain. I have a second assignment before I proceed. Do you know what the assignment is? I want people. I'm giving this assignment also to Awusa Fulani people. Awusa Fulani Kabal. I am giving them a very simple assignment. It's so easy. It's so clear. I want anybody, including Nigerian journalists, please, go and get a video of the old Buhari, the dead one, with Bukola Saraki in 2015 and in 2016. Very simple assignment. Picture, videos, just name it. And then you go and get a picture of Bukola Saraki with Jubril in 2017, late 2017 and 2018. You will see very clearly that whereas the old Buhari that is dead is almost the same height with Saraki, or is slightly taller than Saraki, all of a sudden Saraki is now a giant in front of Jubril. It's a very simple. Are people that stupid? I will get to what that Malam Daura said later. He said as you get older, certain features will change. They think I'm a fool. I'm coming to him later. Is it difficult to do? Is it difficult to find a picture in 2015, 2016? Is it hard? Is it hard to do? These are simple things anybody can do. Go and get the picture of Bukola Saraki, the Senate President, with Buhari. Both of them were in APC campaigning through late 2014 and early 2015. Up until 2016. They took many pictures together. Please, as I'm saying this, I want the very exceptionally formidable IPOB admin, the best journalists in the world, to begin to circulate those pictures that those who are even blind can see. Because it has gone to that point that the blind must see. Go and show your grandma in the village, show your grandpa, show your uncle, show your aunt a picture of the real Buhari with Bukola Saraki in 2015, 2016. Look at Saraki now. in late 2018 with Jubril. Then you will understand what we're talking about. These are the very subtle mind games that the fraudulent APC government and their friends in the media are playing on us. They claim that it is a PDP plot to discredit Buhari. It is one idiot that went and swallowed dictionary was writing rubbish. He says his name is Dr. Sijo, whatever the idiot is. It is a fake news. Oh my God. Conspiracy theory. Oh my goodness. Has no conspiracy theory, Bicon. Conspiracy theory in the gas school. And in his house now, maybe the gen has gone off because there's no petrol. Conspiracy theory indeed. It is the very simple truth. Anybody thinking that the unmasking of Jubril is a conspiracy theory is a complete idiot and a fool. I was the very first person to raise the alarm about Jubril because I knew that Buhari was dead. I knew the day he was flown to Saudi Arabia. I asked those in government, you see, Nigeria, they said they have journalists, isn't it? In Nigeria. Can any journalist in Nigeria please ask Asorock to give you the presidential log? You know that presidential jet that Buhari took to London for treatment. You know when all of you were complaining, how can we pay thousands of pounds on parking fees? Remember that? Good. Now go back and ask them, when did that plane depart Luton Airport? And where did it go to? Very simple, isn't it? That is what I expect Punch newspaper to do. That is what I expect these days. Sun newspaper, Vanguard, send the people who can actually investigate. But they will go there, they'll give them brown envelope, and they'll come back and that's rubbish. Because a black man doesn't have conscience. Do you know the reason why? Maybe, I don't know, I know that you were in Germany a while back and still there. Do you know why? I don't know other people who have experienced it. Do you know that white people see blacks as liars? Do you know that? Ask anybody who lives abroad, they will tell you. You've not had any contact with this person. They see you and they say, you are a liar. Why? It's because of what our journalists are doing. How can any right-thinking person, a journalist, accept money to suppress the truth? It's just like a doctor accepting money instead of conducting a surgery, a successful surgery on you. He will decide to slice your throat. That's the meaning of it. You see, journalists, teachers, doctors, very, very important in any society. Journalists, basically, they hold the conscience of the entire people on the tip of their pen. They are supposed to reflect the truth. No, it's not true. It's that. But I'm asking you, as a newspaper editor, why can't you get one of your journalists, give them money, ask them to investigate this very matter for you? Ask them a simple question. The presidential jet that took Buhari to London, when did it leave, depart from London, and where did it go to? Very simple. But they won't do it. Instead, no, do you know why? All they want is for you to vote next year. So you can renew your slavery certificate for another 4 years because they think we are all fools. And frankly speaking, we are. Do you see why I call Nigeria a zoo? Because the people do not reason. 1 + 1 is 2. Nothing else. We must proceed. This is Radio Breakfast for joining us for the very first time. We welcome you to this very live edition. The unmasking of the fake Nigerian president, Jubril Aminu al-Sudani, who is right now domiciled in Abuja or where else they may have placed him. When this fraud was introduced to the ever gullible and brainless Nigerian public. I told them immediately. And it was widely reported. So that the idea that I'm saying it now, to maybe spite one person or the other is pure fallacy. I'm in Israel today because I was the very first person to reveal that Jubilee is an imposter, that Buhari is dead. They came to my house to kill me. Everyone knows that the videos are there. The unmasking of Jubilee is an IPOB effort. And we must expose the evil in the zoo to the eternal shame of Nigerians that have no shame. You know, Nigerians have no shame. There is no shame whatsoever. And they want to be regarded as human beings when they have steadfastly refused to reason properly. For how many years now? No, how many years? Since last year. You've been calling a Sudanese man a foreigner, His Excellency. Do you know that? You know what Sokore, they said when there today. You are calling a Sudanese man you did not vote for, Your Excellency, His Excellency. Hey, Chineke Manandi Ebale. Unbelievable. There are only three of us that ever mentioned Jubril as a matter, myself, my good friend, Fani Kayode, and my dear brother, Sari Dokubo. They are the only people. Nobody else ever mentioned this very issue until I came back on a few months ago to begin to address it. They are being dishonest, trying to politicize this very effort. But we are not going to be deterred from exposing the zoo to the whole world. By the end of this process, the whole world will know that Nigerians are the most stupid people on the face of the earth. Without any doubt, because they do not reason. Anyway, that's why they don't have any electricity, no good roads, nothing is working, but they're happy moving all over the place, taking selfies. I understand that it is in the interest of the Yoruba people to work against Biafra because of our location. We all understand that. But now is the time to do the right thing. And that right thing is to publish the truth surrounding Jubril. Ask yourself this question: why did the presidency decide to lie over something as minor as a summit attendance? Ask yourself that. They didn't have to go to the summit. Why are they lying about something as minor as a summit? They ended up digging themselves even into a bigger hole. To understand the mess that the zoo is in and what they are trying to hide. The problem is not that they lied. Ask yourself, what are they trying to hide? You must interrogate the lies. Very important. When we say that the zoo, Nigeria, is full of wild animals, they think that we are joking. Now you can see how useless the zoo is and the handlers of Jubril are. Can you see the level of lies that is being orchestrated by Femi Adesina? On November the 10th, I hope people are taking down all the evidence that we're giving them. On November the 10th at about 6:32 a.m., Femi Adesina posted on Facebook, President Buhari arrives France ahead of the Paris Peace Forum. But it was not a peace forum. It was Armistice Day commemoration, the end of the First World War. In his Facebook, he posted, President arrives with Ambassador of Nigeria to France. Yes, that's what they said. This was how the deception started. This was how they started to lie that Buhari was attending a peace forum in Paris instead of telling ignorant Nigerians that the real event was Armistice Day commemoration. By saying Paris Peace Forum, they were hoping to divert your attention away from the celebrations in front of the Arc de Triomphe, where they knew in advance that Jubril Buhari was neither invited nor able to expose himself to Donald Trump and other world leaders. My friends in the media in Yoruba land may want to know why Asorock went to this length to protect Jubril, using the Paris event as an excuse to smuggle him out of the zoo, Nigeria, for further plastic surgery to his ear, teeth and hands, It is because they were afraid of what I would say if Jubril were to be holed up in Asorock while other African leaders attended the event, because George Weah was there, and as I said, Paul Kagame was there as well. Everybody that goes to this very news story published by one of Polycarp, this is the evidence I'm giving you. On November the 11th, 2018, at 2:55 p.m., 2:55 p.m., this is the headline from Vanguard. Buhari, Macron, Putin, Trump mark end of World War I. Vanguard newspaper. I repeat. Vanguard said, Buhari, Macron, Putin, Trump mark end of World War I. Did anybody see Buhari with Macron? Did anybody see Buhari with Putin? Did anybody see Buhari with Trump? Hell, Onyewem, why are these people lying this way? If they said he went to Paris to see any of these people, can they show us a photograph of Buhari and Macron together? Of Buhari, their own Buhari, but our own Jubril, and Putin together. Show us a picture of Buhari and Trump together. Because it's a lie. So even the highly respected Vanguard have joined the band of liars, trying to protect the oppressor. Can you imagine a journalist helping a failing, lying government to deceive their readers? I don't know if I don't know why people are not, enraged by this. How can a newspaper be helping a dictatorial, despotic government, incompetent to the core, to deceive their readers? Ever since I stated in my Faruku home that Buhari died and was laid to rest in Saudi Arabia, the government of Nigeria, with the help of their friends in the media, some of them, not all of them, they have demonized me. Channels, television, Punch, TVC, Nation, Tribune. They have been doing their best. Nigeria have been doing their best to kill me. And what Channels, TV, and the rest are doing is to help them to cover it up. They came to my house to kill me. They killed 28 of my men, killed my cousin, and killed my dog. They said it was a clash. Alleged. They saw dead bodies on the ground. Journalists in Nigeria said alleged. Alleged. Do you see why I don't want to be in Nigeria? I cannot dwell nor stay in the same country with liars, congenital liars and deceivers. These are journalists. If a journalist or a judge cannot speak the truth, then what is the hope? What is left for the masses? Where is the hope going to come from? Journalists, some of them are celebrating, they want me dead. But unfortunately, I'm in Israel. And unkillable. You can't. They don't like the fact that I am the person raising these very issues, because they have been very heavily bribed to ridicule and disparage me and to kill the story. Maybe tomorrow you will not hear about this in any of the papers. They will go and collect money and kill the news. They will tell you, go and get your PVC. I said, but who is the man in Asorock? It's conspiracy theory. Remove your cap. He will not remove his cap. Show us your ear. He will not show us his left ear. Show us your hand. Is that the hand of somebody who is 76? The answer is no. How come you became shorter than Saraki? No, it's a miracle. Nobody knows. How come Aisha is your wife, so you claim, but doesn't come near you, doesn't live in Asorock, and nothing to do with you, and you don't know? Maybe it's a Sharia code. I don't know what it is. How How come when your son came back, you stood 7 miles away and you were shaking his hand as if he's a visitor from Chad? How come? Nobody can see that. So you're telling me I had an accident, my life was nearly taken away. I come back to my father, and my father will be shaking me from 2 miles away. Is that how fathers behave? Huh? I don't believe this. But they see, maybe there must be something either that Nigerians eat or something they drink that makes them so stupid. I don't know what it is. So, do you have any idea? Maybe it's years of malaria and typhoid. After many years, every 2 months you suffer from malaria and typhoid. After a while, it scatters your brain. You can't think properly anymore. Or maybe Lassa fever. You can't, or maybe hardship. Hardship. They can't reason very well. They can't think very well. We must proceed because this is Radio Biafra, the truth must be told. Some of you getting it here, are you assimilating what I'm saying? I'm Igbo. You must forgive me. I have to speak the language of the ancients once in a while. You have to forgive me. You know, here we are exceptionally unconventional. We do things differently. Not like how others do it. We have no need to copy anybody. What we are doing works, and we shall continue to do it. I don't blame some of them suffering from Stockholm syndrome, because sometimes when you're a victim of kidnap, you may grow to love your kidnappers. Nigerians have grown to love the criminals and the murderers that govern them. But my happiness is this: Yoruba people know that Femi Adesina is lying. He was a former journalist, I was told. But they prefer to play along with the lies. How do you expect Yoruba papers to publish, to investigate Femi Adesina? He's one of their own. They are not Igbo people. If you're an Igbo man, he'll be the first one to report you. To say arrest him, he's lying. But these are Yorubas. You don't expect a Yoruba journalist to call for the arrest of one of their own. It's not possible. Maybe, I think tomorrow is Sunday, yes? Tomorrow he will go and preside in a church somewhere and you go and give your tithe. As well, but he's a liar. And thou shalt not lie. They won't remember that. How I miss Delegiwa. He's a true journalist and a very brave man. A very brave man. If the cabal had known how Babangida killed Delegiwa, I'm sure some of you know he killed Delegiwa. Maybe they would have sent me a letter bomb, a parcel with bomb in it, rather than sending a whole battalion of soldiers to come and kill me. If they had known. This was the truth that Delegiwa was speaking, and Delegiwa was killed. Nobody asked any questions. Nobody was held responsible. The person that killed Delegiwa, Babangida, Ibrahim Babangida, is an oracle. They consult him. Oh, I've been endorsed by Babangida. But Babangida is a murderer. He killed a journalist. He should be in jail. But they will tell you that he's a don, he's a godfather. We are very, very stupid indeed. I thank all the fearless warriors who are fighting to keep the truth alive. And the most stupid thing of all is that this Sudanese man, next year, I think it's February 16th or 19th, for the presidential elections in the zoo, this criminal and fraud will answer President Muhammadu Buhari on the ballot box, and you go and vote for him. Do you see how foolish you are? If you say that what I'm saying is not correct, it's very simple. Ask him to remove his... After all, the dead Buhari took a photo with his suit. Let him go and take a photo with his suit. He traveled to Paris where the dress code was suit, formal wear. That was an opportunity for him to wear a pair of suits so we can see his head and see if it is the same as Buhari's head. But they will never do it. and you never see him. He doesn't do walkabout. He doesn't go to see people. He doesn't visit schools. He doesn't visit hospitals. Nothing, just in Asorock. And you don't think there is something wrong? If you have a child in your house, maybe your son in your house, maybe who is a carpenter, he's used to going out and doing some work, and every day he's in his room. You said to him, can I come in? You say, no, don't come in. A week, 2, 3, 4, 5. Won't you think there's something wrong? How can you have a president that doesn't go anywhere? Only when they surround him with people, nobody gets close to him. No live press interview. None. Even these days, there is no close-up camera shot. They always take pictures of him from meters away. So you cannot make out the facial features anymore. We are coming. As long as, I hope it is not too long, what we are doing tonight. I want people to assimilate what we're doing. Hope it's not too long. Goodness me. The whole world was waiting for this so-called Buhari, who is Jubril in actual fact, at the summit, and he failed to appear. Now, the question for Femi Adesina is this. Which part of France did Buhari, Jubril arrive at? Where did he go to? Why was he missing at the gathering? The answer to that question will tell you all you need to know. On November the 11th, be following what I'm saying, on November the 11th at 7:38 p.m. in the evening, the same Femi Adesina posted President Buhari. The first one was on the 9th, this one is on the 11th. President Buhari delivers his address at the opening ceremony of Paris Peace Forum at the Grand Hall de la Villette. I don't speak French. Yeah, I think it's a hotel somewhere or a venue somewhere in Paris. On the 11th of November 2018, he released some photos, no video. Now ask yourself, why is it that a grand event of this nature, that every major news network, every country came with their network news channel, why didn't NTA go? NTA is beholden to, they support anything. Even if Burata were to take over tomorrow in a military coup, NTA will support him. Why didn't they take their lapdog, NTA, to at least steal the footage from other people to show? They didn't, because Jubril was not there. Buhari was not there. Now, you are in the Grand Hotel. In the Grand Hotel, they said, delivering a speech. But that was the same picture, the same dress, the same pin-up. You know that thing they call pin-up that you put on? The same pin-up that Jubril had in April when he went for Commonwealth Conference, as reported by a Hausa news website. The same thing. So how come he wore the same thing again to this one? And every other person, now, I hope this is sinking in. Even on this COG, I don't want, that some of them can't listen properly. Now listen, go and look at what they were wearing. Look at what they were wearing. I want the pictures to flood the social media. Look at the blue, is it Dantigo, but I don't know what it's called, that Kaftan that Jubril was wearing in April of this year. Commonwealth Conference in England. Go and look at the pin-up, the lapel pin-up of the other people. The one on Macron, the one on, is it Guterres, the UN Secretary General? They are not the same. So are you telling me that as Jubril was coming, he brought his own pin-up with him? Is that what I say? No, convince me. So he brought his own pin-up with him. Go and look at go to the, I'm not talking about any other photo. Go to the one that Femi Adesina posted. Look at you know what is pin-up? They give Uncle one, you pin-up. That thing they put you and then take money from you. Or harvest in those days when we were very little. They put it there, on your chest. Are you telling me it is the same? So it is now Commonwealth meeting they are doing in Paris. It's now Commonwealth meeting. He photoshopped the pictures. Photoshop means when you want to deceive and lie to people with a picture that you have tampered with. For some of our mothers who are in the villages listening this evening. We watched the video of the summit. There was no sign of Jubril, no sign of Buhari. Talk spoke more of addressing the audience. So my question for Further Addition is this. Which audience did Jubril address? Which audience did your Buhari address? Where is the clip of the speech? It is an important occasion, the end of the First World War, 100 years armistice. Where is the video clip of Buhari delivering a speech in Paris? There is none, because Buhari is dead. The impostor cannot deliver a speech in front of Trump, because Trump will give the order for him to be arrested. He can't. I hope now it's sinking in. Nigerians, you are now beginning to understand it, yes? I mean well for all of you. I want you to stop reasoning like animals and reason like human beings. That's why I'm doing this. I love you more than you love yourself. We watched and watched and watched. There was nothing. There was not the audience he was addressing. Again, on November the 14th, he posted, he has returned to Abuja after his official visit to Paris. Nobody saw him arrive. Nobody saw him arrive. At what time did he arrive? Which media house covered it? He went to an event that attracted all the major world leaders. How come he stayed 5 days in Paris without meeting any French official since he was on an official visit? Isn't it? He was in France on official visit, yes? How come he spent 5 days in France? Can anybody answer that question? Now, I don't know how some of us reason, but let's put it this way. We are doing this expose so you can understand that they are lying and that they're deceiving you. Buhari, who we know to be Jubril, did not attend any event in Paris. Femi Adesina is deceiving all of you. Nigerians must ask Femi Adesina questions, and if he cannot provide answers, he should be arrested, tried, and sent to jail because he's a criminal. The big question tonight is this. Why would the handlers of Jubril and the ruling Fulani cabal, who are in essence the controllers of political and economic powers in Nigeria, be determined to lie that Jubril attended Paris Armistice Day commemoration when he never did? Why did they lie to you? Not to me, because I know. Not to IPOB, because we know. I told all of you that he will not attend, because he is an impostor, he is fake, and he'll be shunned by world leaders. And it has happened. I want people to post these pictures, please. There is a picture of Macron with Angela Merkel and Jubril in one. One of the media sites carried it because they too were bamboozled into carrying lies. They realized their folly and they said Buhari was not in Paris. Now, if Buhari is not in Paris, where did he go to? Why would they lie to you? That means that Buhari is dead. It is Jubril that they are parading. This online website retracted and said, we are sorry, we apologize to our readers, we deceived you. Buhari was not in Paris. Do you know why he's not in Paris? Go and look at the photos supplied by Femi Adesina. Look at the podium. You know what is a podium? Oh, for some of you that go to Pentecostal churches, you know that thing that the pastor puts his Bible on. Podium. With a microphone. Go and look at the podium that Femi Adesina claimed Buhari Jubril addressed world leaders. Go and look at the podium of Macron, Merkel, and all the other world leaders. They are not the same. So as they were leaving Abuja, they carried their own podium with them. Did you carry your own podium with you on your way to Paris? Because they are liars. The Armistice Day main events was graced. World leaders attended. Nigerian leaders were not there. The so-called Nigerian leader, Jubril Aminuel Sudani, was not present at the Arc de Triomphe celebration. His name was not on the official list of dignitaries, published and sent to the press. This man, a fraud, calling himself Buhari, informed all of you Nigerians that he's going to France to attend this very event. But he never went. He never showed up. Now, my question is this. Why all the carefully packaged lies? Why is it that Yoruba media are helping the cabal to cover the truth from the people? Why? These are journalists. Why are you doing this? You are a journalist. Your professional code of ethics compels you to publish the truth, even if it leads to your death. That's what you chose. It's like a soldier. You can't even publish it. There is a picture, I'm sure some of you have seen it. It's called A and B. Somebody wrote A and B. I want you to circulate that very picture this very evening, or night, or morning, or afternoon, regardless of where you are. Ask anybody near you, is this President Buhari? Are these people you're seeing here, are they the same person? Remember the picture in the mosque when Bukola Saraki was looking at Jubril? Remember that the same thing that the Emir of Kanu knows. Go and ask Emir, is this Sanusi? Go and ask him, why were you looking at that person that claims he's Buhari in the mosque the way you were doing? Because they saw him, they said, oh my goodness, this man used to be taller than me before, but now I'm taller than him. What's he doing in the mosque? The pictures are there for the whole world to see, only if you're blind. What is it that the Yoruba media practitioners have to gain by covering up such evil? Do you see why journalism in Nigeria sometimes is a very huge joke? Why will they be covering up when somebody is an imposition, an unelected Sudanese alien, Jubril? Why would Yoruba media practitioners foist this man on the people? This is worse than a military coup. It is worse than a military coup. And it constitutes the worst perversion of democracy. Because democracy is voting for somebody you trust, you believe in. But this man is from Sudan. APC doesn't know him. PDP don't know him either. So how come he's there? Because 4 or 5 people led by Abba Kyari said he must be there. And we are Fulani, we own the army, we own the judiciary, we own everything. We are in every department, every security, we control it. You can't do anything to us. If we like, we can bring one of our Nama to come and be president. You can't do anything about it. And the Yoruba journalists will gladly write, oh yes, yes, yes. I don't think that is a cattle. I don't think it's a cow. I think it's a human being. If you bring a cow, Nama, if you bring a cow now into Asorock, you will see punches there, they will write, oh, I think it's a human being. Stop flaunting trouble. Stop peddling lies. You're not saying in here with cow, Nama. They will say no, it's a human being. And these are journalists. What a bunch of liars and deceivers. It is worse than a military coup. The greatest crime of all. Abba Kyari should be hanged in public, I tell you. It is the worst crime imaginable because what the Fulani cabal has done with the help of the Yoruba media is to regard every Nigerian as a fool. All of you are fools because you can't see. Cannot see. You cannot see. Their pretensions, they keep pretending. They keep pretending. One Nigeria, this is our country. They are all liars, they don't love you. They don't believe in one Nigeria. They're all interested in the money and control over people. Their pretensions and fake sense of patriotism, I will prove to you, is a sham. I will prove to you that most Nigerian journalists are for hire and will protect Lucifer. If you pay them right, if Lucifer were to come from hell, if the devil were to come today and march into Asorock and they say this is Buhari, believe you me, a section of the Nigerian media will say yes, it is him. Even with the horn and the tail at the back. They say this is our Mr. President. As long as you give them money. As long as you give them money. The media in Nigeria is populated by cowards. Their only concern is how much they will make from the powers that be in exchange for killing a story or refusing to investigate a scandal, such as the imposition of Jubril on a helpless population. Why won't you investigate it? As a journalist, why can't you ask a simple question? How come Bukola Saraki in a space of 2 years is taller than Buhari? How is that possible? One people are supposed to stop growing at the age of 26, is that correct? Or 25? How come? Is it not